Let's do this. What's going on? Welcome to the KVJ Show. How the heck are you doing today, Virginia?
Good morning.
Yeah, today's a big day. You can tell. I figured Jay-Bird was going to be all prepared for it. And sure enough, he is. He's got on his Wookiee costume. He's in full makeup and, man, everything. It looks just like Chewbacca over here.
It's a big day. I got you guys some Wookiee cookies. I know you may not eat
cookies.
them, but they're delicious. If you want some, they're here for you. I also got some hand pies. Let me get a little bit more comfortable.
Look at you. Got all kinds of snacks and everything for it, huh?
Let's see here.
Okay. Well, you got Chewbacca inside a Chewbacca? That's pretty amazing. You have a Chewbacca jacket and you have a Chewbacca onesie on underneath.
It's just a good day. And then, of course, underneath.
Another one? No,
well,
okay.
Star Wars, my Stormtrooper.
Oh, okay. Oh,
I have to remove my sash, my Wookiee sash.
Oh, okay. Well, this is quite a to-do here. How long did it take you to get all dressed this morning? It looks like...
I was running late today. Virginia already yelled at me. I came in here while she's doing a commercial. I was like, oh my gosh, can you be any louder?
It sounded like somebody was walking elephants into the room.
It sounded like there was a great battle, Kevin.
All this came in with a fury.
Oh, I can see that. Yeah.
The Wookiee cookie came in here and the Sith Lord wasn't happy.
Well, if you are not a massive Star Wars fan, today is May 4th. It sounds like May the Force be with you, so that's why they call today Star Wars Day. So.
And don't forget about tomorrow. Don't sleep on tomorrow. Revenge of the 5th.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So is it what, Star Wars Day Part 2?
It's, it's for the dorks, Kevin.
Oh, okay.
We like it. We're cool with it.
Okay. Well, there you go. So Star Wars dorks unite. If you'd like to see Jay-Bird in all of his Star Wars regalia, you can check it out right now. Go watch the KVJ Show. Just go to kvjshow.tv.
What are you thinking about? What are you thinking about? What's on your mind? Are you thinking about? What are you thinking about?
What you think about today, Jay-Bird?
I'm pretty pumped. That adult water slide is coming in. It's been confirmed for Saturday.
Nice.
And I bring this up because people always they ask the show, hey, what's a good thing to do that's fun, that's not too expensive? If you get a group of people and they all put X amount of money for a water slide like that, it is great fun. It's a whole day of celebration. It's not that much money if you have enough people that want to do it.
I love it.
Like how many people are we talking?
I think
to make it affordable.
I honestly think if you had 6 people involved, no one's going to get too badly hurt.
Okay.
And it depends, too,
financially,
where you get it from.
Yeah, because physically.
Yeah. You're right.
Different places have different prices.
Okay.
Which is right, and you can tell just by the way the slide looks. You go, that's definitely a couple $1,000s cheaper.
Okay, they've got a look to them.
Yeah,
okay.
I should say $100. They're not too bad.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I got mine from a different company. I went up on the Treasure Coast, and I mean the slide wasn't in immaculate shape, but who needs a pristine water slide? I don't. I'd rather pay a couple $100 less.
What did you pay on that? Do you remember?
Under $300.
Yeah, so it's not one of those things where it's going to be thousands of dollars. I misspoke when I said that. It's going to be hundreds. But again, if you got enough people in there, and it is so much fun, more fun I think for adults. Kids they're so into TikTok and all that stuff. Adults want to keep it old school, and they're like, oh my gosh, a slide.
When Mags had hers for her birthday, they put soap on it, and these kids were flying down it. It was so fun.
Do we got to do soap on Saturday?
Well, I don't know, because yours goes into a pool. You don't want a bunch of soap in your pool. Mags just had hers in my backyard, and I have no pool because my HOA sucks at life.
In today's day, though, there's got to be some kind of pool soap you can use.
True.
Right? I'm not the first person that wants to slide in a pool with soap.
Pool safe soap.
Someone's going to send Kevin an email.
Yeah.
We'll have answers.
There's got to be somebody at one of those pool and spa stores maybe that knows a soap you can use.
That is how you kick this party up from here to here, baby. Oh, someone's breaking a leg.
You could do like baby oil. You got to make sure that this stuff won't hurt your pool.
Well, are you going to be collecting money for the lawsuit too?
That's a good point. Okay. It's a matter of time, Kevin.
Okay, this bucket's for the slide. This is for the lawsuit that's going to be coming. Good idea.
I do recommend the slide. To look into it if you're looking for a fun, pretty affordable Saturday or weekend, whenever you want to slide.
Okay.
All right. What's on your mind today, Virginia?
Well, my daughter was having a little bit of a rough day yesterday. So she asked me, Mom, will you go get me some crumble cookies? That's her thing. She loves these crumble cookies.
Oh, yeah.
They're the cookies that went famous on TikTok.
Okay.
And they put in a crumble cookie store over there in Alton. And so I was like, all right, I'll get you the crumble cookies. But I got a couple for myself, too, because they look so good.
Yeah.
Oh, my gosh. Crumble Cookie makes this cookie called a lemon glaze.
Okay.
And what they have is they only have their cookies for a limited time. Like, you'll go in there, and every time you go, it's like a new batch of cookies. But the lemon glaze was phenomenal.
If you're still on that cookie train, I got some Wookiee cookies for you. These are delicious, Virginia. I named them Wookiee cookies. They are from Publix.
They're just chocolate chip cookies.
They're chocolate chip cookies. Today, they're Wookiee cookies.
Okay, so that's the thing. I see these things are all over there. They're national, right? The crumble cookies.
It's a big nationwide thing, and they were just propelled by TikTok.
Okay, here's my question, because I'm a cookie lover. I'm not saying they're not delicious. I haven't had them yet.
They're way better than anything you get at Publix. Sorry, Publix.
Are they worthy of the hype that they get?
Absolutely. This lemon cookie that I put in my mouth last night made me sit back and thank people.
Really?
Yeah.
I'm pretty certain I haven't had any crumble yet.
Crumble comes in a pink long box. They're very expensive. It's 4 cookies for like $13.
You know what? I think Randy, our boss, got me some crumble for my birthday last year, and they are delicious. But I only had one flavor. You're talking about how they always have different flavors.
They always have different flavors. I never tried this lemon glaze before, but I love lemon, and this cookie was just next level.
Yeah, lemon is good. I had some lemon pound cake the other day, Fat Kevin, and it had just enough frosting to make the whole thing just right.
It does, yeah, you wouldn't think that lemon would be great, but for some reason it works in a cookie.
Lemon frosting is delicious.
Lemon Oreos are good. I could eat sleeves and sleeves of those.
Of lemon Oreos?
Yeah, man, they go down real quick.
Everybody says that the lemon Oreos are great. I have never tried them yet.
They explode in your mouth with flavor.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
Fat Kevin, you would just be dancing with happiness.
Dancing? I don't know. That fat kid didn't dance real well. He sat great. Dance, not so much. You ever just run into something in life that you feel like you should have known, but for some reason you didn't? I am always just finding little things out. I don't know what age I was, probably in my 30s when I found out that there's a little arrow on your gas gauge that tells you what side to fill up on, because I, for some reason, always go blank. I don't know what it is, but I have no retention for what side of the car my gas tank is on.
It's such an odd thing when it's only 2 choices. You have to remember one and you forget it.
Like every time, I'm like, I've had this car for like 8 years, and I still like, what side is this on again? And thank God. And then somebody's like, hey, you can just look at the arrow and it'll point and be, oh, thank God.
What's the arrow thing again?
It'll tell you what side your gas tank is on.
Where's the arrow at?
It's on like your little gas gauge. If you look at your gas gauge where it shows you how much fuel you have, empty to full, then it's right there. And it'll show the little gas pump that has that arrow, and it'll show you which side of the car.
Wherever the little icon is that looks like a gas pump, it's usually like right next to that.
Yeah.
I feel like I was absent that day when you went over this.
Really? No, I think you're here.
Well,
yeah.
Maybe I was here.
I think you're kind of looking up, yeah.
Physically, you were here.
I think you've dialed out again.
Well, I could still be here and be absent.
Yes.
We blame it on the Wookiee cookie.
Physically, you're always here. Mentally, no. And this is another thing I should have known. Do you know what the star on an elevator button means? Have any idea? When you see that, you ever notice that? Think about all the elevators you've been in. We have one, and you'll see a star on the elevator button.
Is it lobby?
It's a good guess. It's not lobby.
I don't know. What is it?
It represents the location of the closest outside exit of the building. So if you're trying to get the heck out of a building and you get onto an elevator, because sometimes they are confusing. The lobby in some hotels doesn't have an entrance.
Right. It's like up on the second floor.
Yeah.
And then you go down to the bottom and you think, I'm at the bottom, I'm at the first floor. No, you're in a parking garage.
Right. And you're like, where the heck, how do I get out of this place? Well, look for the star, because that will tell you how to get the heck out of that building.
Thank you for that.
Wow.
Yeah.
How come we don't know these things?
I don't
That's
know.
such a helpful hint.
I guess because they just put them out there and there's never any tutorial in life or an explanation, but it's almost like we need to just take people around on a bus and be like, let me show you all the things that somebody should have pulled you aside to explain. Let's take you in an elevator. Here, look at your gas gauge. All these kind of like little things. But I always love those things. I'm like, why am I so old just now finding this out? And that's what that means. So, yeah, so it's sometimes on the first floor, sometimes on the ground floor, but look for the star on the elevator button. That's what it's all about.
Do you have more things that we need to know about? This is good. This is good stuff.
Oh, I've got a whole full show full of them, my friend. You just sit back and try to pay attention.
You'll forget them by tomorrow.
That's the beautiful thing of it. I was dropping a little factoid on you. I just recently found out. Somebody said, you know what the little star thing is for if you see that in an elevator? And apparently that is pretty much the floor that you want to go to for the quickest exit out of the place where you are. It's like the main egress floor or the ADA accessible exits.
Main egret? What?
I don't even know what that is. Somebody texted that in and said, this is how you're supposed to say it. I'm like, well, I would, but nobody would understand me. And my proof. There's my proof right there.
Why would I want to get on the floor with egrets? Aren't those birds?
Yeah, I would not want to be on an elevator with an egret.
No.
Yeah, that'd be pretty crazy. So we're talking about that, and we're also talking about, looking at your gas gauge to find out where your fuel door is, where that arrow is. So that was kind of interesting. So Jaybird, I think, was craving some other factoids, and I saw this. Hard to believe real facts. Can you believe that this is actually true? Did you know that a moose can dive underwater down to nearly 20 feet in search of food?
Damn, moose.
Could you imagine if you're scuba diving and you look over and there's a moose?
You would just think the universe is messing with you.
What the heck is going on here?
It's got to be a guy in a moose outfit.
Yeah, what the heck? Moose?
They are a beautiful looking beast.
I had no idea they were underwater swimmers. It just seems like something that would keep its head and antlers above the water. I would think that'd be tricky underwater.
Where's moose country at? Where are they roaming around in?
North Canada. Yeah. I got a lot of moose there. So I don't think you want to be diving 20 feet underwater. I imagine it'd be pretty cold. But if you are, I guess you can see a moose.
Gosh, I love random animal facts.
Yeah, that's why I'm here for you. That's why I'm here for you. Do you know that sharks are older than the rings of Saturn?
Dang.
Yeah, right? Sharks are older than the rings of Saturn.
And they're still fierce.
Oh, yeah.
You know what I mean? They're old, but man, they still get the headlines.
They've been around for a while. I guess when you're a fish with teeth, that'll let you survive for a very, very long time. Did you know that mammoths were alive when the Great Pyramids were being built? Could you imagine that?
Woolly mammoths were still around when they were building the pyramids?
They still had mammoths when those pyramids were going up. So you could have traveled somewhere on Earth as they began construction on that, and you would find a mammoth.
Gosh, man. Was I the only kid obsessed with mammoths as a child? I loved them.
I don't know what it is. Younger kids love dinosaurs.
They do.
Really love dinosaurs.
It's a thing.
Like to a crazy level. Absolutely.
Mags, when she was like 3, she wanted to be a dinosaur for Halloween. She's like, I've got to be a dinosaur. I'm like, all right.
Well, they sell it as a cool kind of a thing. These huge, large creatures, now they're gone. You can't see them anymore. They kind of become mystical.
Yeah, absolutely. That's why you don't think about those. You always think like the dinosaurs and anything prehistoric was well gone before man was doing their thing. But that just goes to show you that's not necessarily true. There was a little crossover. We do have proof of that. Did you know that there are more libraries in the U.S. than McDonald's or Starbucks?
That's good.
It's good, but it doesn't seem right.
It doesn't seem right because I'm just thinking about every town I don't know. I guess I probably don't know where the libraries are at in every town. I do know where the McDonald's and Burger Kings are at.
What grabs your attention?
It's McDonald's,
the Golden
baby.
Arches or a library? Jaber just zips right past the library.
Well, McDonald's, it's got that sweet smell. What's the library got? They got that weird smell.
The smell of books. Or that
old.
weird guy that's sitting there in the computer section that should be kicked out.
The smell of learning, which we all repel.
But no, libraries do have an odd, even the newer libraries, they've got an odd smell to them. Mm-hmm. It's weird.
Yeah.
You're right. Maybe it's learning.
And this hard to believe real fact always kind of blows my mind if you haven't heard it yet. There's less time between Abraham Lincoln's second inauguration and Joe Biden's birth than there is between Joe Biden's birth and his own inauguration. So think about that.
Virginia's definitely confused on that.
Yeah, I figured that I'd probably lose her. So I tried to say it slow.
Look at her face.
Yeah.
I'm taking it in, but I'm repelled by the smell of education, too.
I saw her face break in real time.
What?
Ooh. You might have to repeat that one, Kevin.
Okay, yeah. All right, there you go. So some fun little hard to believe factoids. It's kind of a cool thing if you do the TikTok thing. Hopefully you're there following KVJ Show. We've got our own TikTok, but somebody texted in and said, there's a guy on TikTok that does a segment called Things I Wish I Knew Before I Was in My 30s, and he teaches basic stuff like the gas pump thing that you're just talking about. It pisses me off and blows my mind at the very same time.
I'm glad you brought up our TikTok. We put stuff up there that you only get on our TikTok, so you got to sign up to get it.
Yes, absolutely.
There's some people, though, they're so resistant to sign up for TikTok. They go, I'm not going to sign up for it. I'm like, all right, man, you don't have to.
You can just miss out on awesomeness.
Yeah, not going to force you.
You definitely get an up-close and personal look of our worst punishment ever from yesterday.
Oh, yeah. That was definitely tough.
Was.
Go check
It's a new low.
It's a new low.
Or a new high. Depends on how you look at it.
I'll get as a high, baby.
Yeah.
I don't.
It's how we rank things around here. This is another thing that they had said on that TikTok page. Did you know that when you're finished popping a bag of popcorn, you're not supposed to open it? The slit in the top is meant for you to flip over and shake out all the kernels.
Oh.
I did not know that.
I didn't know that either.
See, it's just all these things like, how the heck am I not... Where is this? See, I guess that's it. It's all on a TikTok page. That's what you got to do to find out all these things.
What a great tip.
I know. That's what I thought.
Wow, I'm going to teach my kids that. See, you can teach your kids this stuff, and they'll be like, oh, my gosh, my mom is so smart.
Or you go, Mom, you're so lame. I saw this on TikTok 7 months ago.
Duh, Mom. Everybody knows that. Why are old people so dumb?
I know.
Yeah. Not sure it's going to go that way. It's nice, though. But, yeah, it seems like... and we were saying this yesterday, that TikTok now is getting an influx of older people that are in there. They said that the demographics are shifting radically on this thing in just 1 year. And a lot of older celebrities are now getting on there. Reese Witherspoon started doing stuff. Kim Kardashian, believe it or not, I guess is kind of an older celebrity. So they're kind of migrating a little bit from Instagram to the TikTok. And it's kind of bringing some of the older Gen X, millennials, and boomers with them.
But who's number one? Who is King Crap of Crap Mountain? Who is the top out of all?
Facebook.
It's still Facebook.
Yeah, they got the most numbers.
And they always are getting made fun of about how it's all the old people. But look, there's old people on the earth.
Yeah, well, I mean, you look at Facebook, and that was really kind of the same way, is that, it was created to be kind of a chat thing for college kids, and then the old people found out. The reason I found out about Facebook was because of my mom. She was like, hey, have you seen this Facebook thing? I'm like, Mom, nobody's going to do that. I'm on MySpace. It's going to be around forever. And so that's how I actually found out about Facebook once upon a time. So, yeah, I think TikTok might be kind of heading in that direction.
What's a Kevin Ralston enjoy the most out of all of them?
Social media platform?
Yeah.
I'm a Twitter guy.
You like Twitter?
Yeah,
You like to give your hot takes.
Yeah, I like it. Twitter's more information-based. It's sports and news. And so, yeah, I don't feel like I'm really rotting my brain as much. I'm just getting a lot of anger and information.
We got to watch Kevin Ralston on Twitter, get his takes of the world.
Yeah.
That's what I do every day. I read Twitter and I give you my takes right here.
That is the best place to go for breaking news, any kind of stuff going down, any kind of thing you want to learn more about. If you follow like a hashtag, Twitter really will hook you up with information.
Yeah, it really will. And I don't tweet out a whole bunch because I feel like after a 4.5-hour show, I've pretty much said about everything I need to give to the world. So,
That's so weird. I still got so much to say. That's my problem.
I'm going to drink my pee, then I'm out.
That's it. That's what I do. So I saw this list here. We asked this on the Facebook page for all the old people. That's why we put it on that platform, the KVJ Show Facebook page. What is a clear sign that you're getting old? Some great answers were on there, including Chad. I get this. He said, it takes you a week to recover from Sunfest. Man, my wife yesterday was like going, I still think I'm feeling Sunfest. Yeah, you might be right. Sun and booze for old people is a terrible combination.
Because you forget that you're not young anymore and you can't handle it just like you used to be able to.
Yeah, I got on that party barge and it took me back to my 20s and yeah.
Sunfest is kind of like a spring break for old people.
It kind of is,
If you go to a bunch of days and you're out there drinking and you're not in shape like you used to be when you were young.
No, that's how I treated it. It beat me up. So I get what you're saying there. Adam said, clear sign you're getting old. You got to turn down the radio in the car to see better.
It does help, though.
I turn down the radio in the car if I need to focus on where I'm going.
Because
it's loud, I can't see where I'm going.
Well, you got to concentrate. It really does screw with your mind.
Mm-hmm. Don said, when you're creating an account for a website and you have to scroll forever until you finally get to the year of your birth, that is so depressing. I get on there anymore. It's like, can we start somewhere in the 70s and work our way forward? I mean, how many people need to put that I was born in 2020 that are going to be filling out this form?
Exactly.
Let's go old and start young. Nick said, yeah, I go to bed the same time I used to get ready to go out.
Dang, yeah, that's true.
Ain't that the truth? Man.
I know some young people go out, we're going out at 11:30 p. I'm like, 11:30 p.m.? You're going out?
I've already been asleep for an hour and a half.
God.
Yeah. Mark said, a clear sign that you're getting old. I hate loud noises and I just want to sit in quiet.
Loud noises, the older you get, they start to make you mad.
They do. I guess that's why old people are always so angry. Just any noise, they're so agitated.
You're mowing your lawn.
Yeah. Renee said, a sign you're getting old when your doctor is younger than you.
Yeah.
I think that's really when it kind of turns, isn't it?
That is.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Dang, that one hit hard.
I don't want a young doctor. I want the doctor to be older than me and gross.
I like a gross, wisdom-looking kind of doctor.
Right.
Yeah.
Otherwise, if you have a young doctor, they look at you and go, "Ooh, she's gross."
I don't want some 30-year-old hot doctor looking at my butt.
Yeah, somebody new and fresh, right out of med school. No, give me crusty, old, and weathered.
Wisdom.
Yes.
Nico said, a clear sign you're getting old. Yesterday, I yawned and pulled a muscle somewhere in my throat that hurt like hell for a few minutes. I didn't know I had that muscle. Jack said, not recognizing the TV shows that memes come from. Have you had that issue yet where you'll see a meme, you're like going, okay, that's got to have some kind of reference, but it's a show that's for young people that you don't watch? You have no idea what they're talking about. And a clear sign you're getting old. Devin put, realizing that I immediately felt obligated to respond to this question.
I got to put my 2 cents in.
Well, I'm old. I got to tell you something here. And we're talking about the signs you know when you're getting older. And somebody texted in and said, yeah, you know you're old when you get excited to talk about and get new windows.
That's so true. I was all in it this weekend. I was all excited to be pressure washing the house and talking with the guy about my plants and my new windows.
It's so weird. I had a 5-minute conversation about the plants in my backyard and me pressure cleaning my house. And I'm like, wow.
This is ridiculous. We've jumped the shark.
Well, one other thing I'll tell you about getting older that is kind of a tough feel and find is, what slang do you use? Now, I try to stay aware and let all the old people know about what the slang is that people are using today, but when is it just odd and weird for you to use that slang? I was talking to somebody the other day and the thought came into my mind, and I almost, we're talking about gossip, and I almost used the spill the tea or give me the tea or whatever. I'm like, no. I'm like, that just can't work for me.
Yeah, there was a guy in his mid-50s, and he was dropping these 2 words, and it made me kind of wince. Like, that's so lit. That's lit. And then he could say, oh, it's fire. It's fire.
Yeah, that works for a certain age. So I guess the question is do you take the slang of your youth with you all throughout life? Or when do you adapt to the new slang and try to use that? Because I feel cringy, and I can tell it is cringy when you hear other people that are probably too old to be using that slang.
No cap, Kevin. No cap.
Yeah, right. That also, too.
I first heard that like 6 months ago. Mags and her friends were saying in the car, I'm like, no cap. What are they talking about? You can't wear a hat?
No cap.
Yeah.
First of all, the term cap for a hat is old.
Yeah, it is.
Like, why would they say you can't wear a hat? What's going on?
Yeah, if you don't know, cap is lie. So no cap, no lie.
No cap.
No cap.
No cap.
No cap. No cap.
Yeah, but yeah, that would be another one where I would just feel if I were talking to my son or his friends, I'd be like, yeah, no cap, man. They'd be like, what?
Oh,
What?
that would anger your son, I feel.
What are you talking about,
That
Papa?
my dad would always do that back in the day. I'd have a date over. It'd be like 9th or 10th grade. He'd go, "What's up? You guys totally tubular? All right, my homies." And he'd walk out like, "Oh, Dad, no,
Right.
Stop.
no."
You're hurting the whole family.
So I don't know if the right word is, or the right thing is, as you get older, just start to phase out slang and just use words that are universal that every generation knows. Or if you keep using your old slang, or when do you use the new slang?
Look, the boomers got some cringy stuff too.
Well, I
Sure.
think you could argue this. In fact, I'm kind of curious because here's the thing. If you're young and, cap and lit and fire and whatever it is all within your age range, trust me, in 30 years, when you drop that, your kids will be like, cap, no cap. What is that? That's so, ugh. They will think cap sounds so dumb.
I'm still reeling about goat. I grew up, if you were the goat, you blew it. You were the one that lost the game.
Yeah. You weren't the greatest of all time.
Yes, it changed. I woke up and goat meant awesome, Virginia.
I know. It flipped on us.
Uh-huh. So I've been seeing some debates on which generation has the cringiest slang. And, people probably be like, oh, no, it's boomers totally. But the only reason why I think you would say that is because they're the furthest removed from their teenage youth when they got the slang in the first place.
Well, every generation has some good stuff and some bad stuff. We grew up in the 80s. There was a lot of really cringy stuff back. Gag me with a spoon. Remember that stuff?
Sure, Yes.
Yeah, bodacious.
I kind of like bodacious.
Of course you do.
Totally. So awesome or totally awesome. I feel like that's kind of sustained its place in the world, and nobody finds that cringy.
Yeah, awesome I use all the time, and I feel like there are some things like that just become universal, that there is maybe a universal slang that anyone young or old can use, and you don't look cringy and you don't sound out of place.
Yeah, I saw someone older, and tell me if this would make you cringe. They were probably in their 50s, and they said like 3 times, "Oh my gosh, what an epic fail. Epic fail. Epic fail."
I'd stay away from
Yeah,
that.
it just didn't.
I'd stay away from
It didn't
that.
look right, Virginia.
Yeah, I think I would stay away from that. Now, I think this is kind of interesting because I've got some like slang equivalents here, and they're from different generations. And right now, can you get a sense of which one you think is more cringy or will age worse? Now, I was talking about tea for gossip. Spilling the tea is the act of
Yes,
gossiping.
Kevin. I love when you spill the tea.
So the boomer slang equivalent of tea is the skinny. Which do you think? Hey, give me the skinny. What do you think is more cringy or sounds worse? Give me the tea or give me the skinny?
Give me the tea sounds cringier to me.
It does. Just because you're trying to be young. At least if you're saying, give me the skinny, you've accepted that you're old.
When you say the cringy one, it sounds like you're doing a Cosmo headline. That's something like the Cosmo magazine would put on there.
For the tea?
Yeah, we're going to spill the tea.
Right.
Cosmo's top 10 tea spillers.
It sounds like a promo on E.
Yeah.
Definitely.
Right.
Coming up, we're going to spill the tea, y'all.
If your language sounds like a promo for E and you're over 35, then yeah, maybe you need to change it.
That's the standard. It's the E standard.
It is.
Okay, that's how you judge it. A couple other ones here. Fire, used to refer to something that is really cool or amazing. The boomer slang equivalent of fire is groovy.
Groovy's rough.
Groovy's real rough.
I think fire's sticking around longer, man.
I'd rather use fire.
I would too.
Fire's better than groovy?
Yeah.
Okay.
In this scenario,
Well,
yeah.
I think Virginia's right. I think if you're trying to say groove, or if you're doing groovy, you're so trying hard to. Hey, look, I'm so cool. I'm saying groovy.
You're trying to make groovy happen.
Yes,
Stands
you
out
are.
more than fire. Lit, another one. That's an adjective to describe when something's amazing, exciting, high energy, or otherwise great. The The boomer slang equivalent of lit is loaded. Which one do you think is better? If you want to say, man, that's so lit, or man, that's totally loaded.
My mom used to say loaded, but that meant you were hammered and drunk. I think that guy's loaded over there.
Yeah, that could be. Yeah.
And lit used to mean drunk too back in the day.
Yeah,
loaded
right.
means drunk.
And lit, oh man, I got so lit last night. That in my circle of friends, did you guys have that too for drinking?
Yeah.
Lit, yeah. Yeah, that's what lit meant. Yeah,
Right.
So when I saw that and I go, he's so lit. I'm like, he looks sober to me.
Oh, which one sticks around? Loaded just seems wrong.
It does seem wrong.
I don't like that one. Wig. A phrase used to refer to something that is amazing. The boomer equivalent of wig is fab.
Oh, boy.
Which one sounds more cringy, wig or fab, to say that something is amazing?
Wig. I mean, isn't that something you wear on your head? I don't get it.
Oh, I thought that meant spazzing out. He's wigging out, man.
That used to, yeah. Now what? When you say wig, it's like, oh, that's amazing.
So I don't have a dog
So
in this
wig?
fight. They're both pretty awful. If I had to choose, I think I have to go with a wig only because it's bizarre.
I do, yeah. It doesn't seem to fit. Doesn't even make sense. And I think you still hear the Fab Four or things like that, and it feels more commonplace than wig.
If I'm having lunch with Virginia and she's like, "Oh, Bird, that sandwich is fab," I don't know if I like it.
Fab is better than wig.
Okay. Bird, that sandwich is so wig. I kind of like the sound of that.
Okay, which generation has the cringier slang here? Salty. That is now to be annoyed, upset, or bitter, usually about something minor. The boomer slang equivalent of salty is ticked off.
Salty's better, I think.
love salty.
I think salty's sticking around.
Salty's fun.
It really does
Salty
describe
is, yeah.
someone's mood. Damn, they're salty.
Totally.
I do like that. And there's also that little, what is it, that GIF that has the guy that's rolling the salt off of his, and people just throw that. If you say something like, you pop off about something, people just put that little salty thing right there on your thread.
What was the boomer one? Ticked off?
Yeah.
You can still be in the right and be ticked off. You can Kevin's ticked off, but something could have happened to Kevin. If you say Kevin's salty, it paints a picture like,
does.
damn, Kevin
Salty's
is
a better
salty.
word. Another one is fit. Haven't heard this. It's just a shortened version of outfit.
Oh, yeah. Fit check. Mags does this all the time.
Okay.
Where they look in the mirror and they go, fit check.
Oh, no.
My pants are from Lululemon. My shorts are by Nike.
Oh my gosh, I've seen these.
My jewelry, Kendra Scott.
See, that's the stuff that makes me hate TikTok. I've seen so many.
Does it make you ticked off or does it make you salty?
It makes me. I think I'm salty.
You're definitely sweet and salty.
I'm salty when it comes to TikTok. I am. I've seen those videos.
Fit check.
Oh my gosh, Lululemon glasses.
You need to do a fit check
I'm gonna
today.
do a fit check. I
TikTok.
You should, yeah.
With your stupid Star Wars outfit.
It's all Walmart.
Fit check. We definitely need a fit check from Bird. So if fit is the shortened version of outfit, the boomer slang equivalent of fit is threads.
Threads is. I like Threads way better.
Threads better than fit?
Yeah.
Yeah, I like threads better.
Fit is cringy to me. Fit check is
Fit
cringy.
check.
Oh my gosh. Fit check.
Fit checks sounds like some sort of diagnosis they're going to give me on my my physical fitness, and I don't want to hear about that.
I was so mad watching the it's the fit check challenge. I was so mad watching it, and then 30 minutes later, I go, I'm so mad watching this. I watched for 30 minutes.
Yeah. Somebody texted me and said, I'm 27 and I'm cringing hearing all of you say no cap.
I don't blame you.
Don't worry, we'll stay away from it.
It's the KVJ Dirt of the Day. It's the KVJ Dirt of the Day. Virginia, take it away. Cause you know we need that Dirt of the Day.
Well, it went down, y'all. Last night at the Hollywood Bowl, they were doing one of those Netflix specials. Netflix is a joke. It's a whole comedy festival, and because it was in Hollywood, it was like lots of celebrities were in attendance. Now, they had taken most of the regular people's phones. Like if you and I went, they would take our phone, so we couldn't videotape any of it. But there were some people who I guess were fancier people that were allowed to have their phones in the audience, and that's the only reason we have clips of this today, because when Dave Chappelle was on stage, this random dude bum rushed the stage, knocked Dave Chappelle over, fell down himself, and then they say pulled out a gun. Now, the gun was not real. It was a replica of a gun, but it had like a weird knife attached to it. And quickly, Dave's security and entourage and people, including Jamie Foxx and Busta Rhymes, pulled the guy off the stage and continued to beat the crap out of him on the side of the stage.
Did you see a video of what his arm looked like? I think they broke his arm.
They broke his arm. Well, according to Dave Chappelle, they were stomping him backstage.
Yeah.
Well, look.
What?
You can't do that crap.
You can't do that. You bum rush Dave Chappelle, who a lot of these men consider to be a national treasure. They are going to beat the crap out of you. And Jamie Foxx and Busta Rhymes were happy to get a few licks in.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it was kind of funny what Dave Chappelle said. He got back up on stage, and they addressed the whole thing on the stage, and Chris Rock is up there cracking jokes about it.
This is the show. Wait. I'm back there. I've been doing this 35 years. I just stomped the backstage. Always wanted to do that. I seen Busta Rhymes there, and it's like, that's how you do it, dog.
That's how you do it, dog.
People,
amazing.
People in the chat room got a good point. They go, wait, they took the phones, but a dude got it with a fake gun and a knife?
Thank you.
Right.
How did that happen?
Yeah.
It's just ridiculous.
People are blaming. Guess who's getting some of the blame on this?
Will Smith.
Well, that was the joke that Chris Rock had. He's like, somebody let Will Smith in.
That's amazing.
But the people are blaming Will Smith. This is what's going to start happening to comedians
Well,
now.
they said it right after it happened. And a lot of comedy clubs put up signs that said, don't get any funny ideas. We know y'all saw Will Smith bum rush Chris Rock, but nobody's coming up on these stages and attacking our comedians. And guess what happened?
Yeah.
Somebody got up on the stage and attacked a comedian.
Well, back in the day, there was this comedian doing a set, and he had a guitar, and somebody was heckling him, and they were in a little standoff, and the guy charged the stage, and the dude took the guitar and smashed him over the head with it, and the audience turned on the comedian.
Really?
Yeah, to me, if you're charging the stage...
It's now a street fight.
Yes.
Get ready.
Don't storm the stage when Busta Rhymes is there waiting to kick ass. Jamie Foxx, they say, was unleashing on him.
Did you see how hard the guy hit Dave Chappelle?
Yeah, he
Hard.
came in full-on like tackle.
Yeah. So
What the hell is that about?
after you do that, whatever happens to you, I'm sorry, you started it. Don't start nothing, ain't gonna be nothing.
We see that happen. We're on stage. Someone does that to our Kevin or our sweet Denny's.
I curb stomp them.
Lake Park Justice, dog.
As soon as I catch them, I'm curb stomping them. Hopefully
Yeah,
they're not
catch 'em
too
first.
fast.
Yeah.
If they're fast,
Slow down.
ooh, they might get away.
There's a real good chance you can tackle Kevin and get away with it, unfortunately.
We might not know what happened before you're gone.
I appreciate the effort, though.
We got you back.
Yeah.
We're just way back.
Way back.
Amber Heard's people have now started taking the stand, and her personal nurse was talking yesterday about how she has all this abuse from her childhood that she endured, psychological, all kinds of weird abuse, and that it's caused her to now be so many things: bipolar, codependent, insomniac with attention deficit disorder, anxiety, an eating disorder, and outbursts with anger and rage. This, according to her personal nurse.
I guess she had to testify, or they had to submit the evidence of that she was doing mushrooms and ecstasy with somebody, a famous person. I guess you're going to hear about that.
Oh boy!
Dang. Okay. Well, I'm telling you.
Well, if you're involved in any of this, you're probably so bummed out if you have to get called, because she still has to take the stand.
Is she gonna?
That's a great question. Does she have to?
No, I don't think so. Does she have to, Kevin?
I thought I'd heard that she was going to be taking the stand.
She's supposed to take the stand.
She crazy enough to get up there.
Everyone's waiting for that.
Yeah.
Her own nurse said that she had jealousy issues and anxiety around Johnny Depp's fame and interaction with other females. Like she would just fly into a rage and had outbursts of it. And then, other people said that all kinds of weird stuff happened between Johnny Depp and Amber Heard, including a cavity search on her by him.
What?
But, is that coming from her people?
Yeah. I'm just telling you what her people said.
Okay.
They also talked about the James Franco stuff, which we think is bizarre. We think that she was messing around with James Franco while she was with Johnny Depp. There's a video that Jay Bird and I were looking at of Amber Heard and James Franco getting into the elevator at the penthouse that Johnny paid for.
Getting a little cozy, backing into each other.
They were trying to hide their faces from the camera, but it was clear it was them.
He did a great job. She did not. You see her smiling at one point.
Very odd.
Mm-hmm.
But she's trying to hide herself, but I think she forgot that she was hiding.
Girl, don't stop hiding. You're halfway there. And finally here, you will see a new edition of Red Table Talk drop today on Facebook Watch. On it, they will talk about you never know what somebody's going through. I guess they sat down with April Simpkins, who is the mother of the late Miss USA contestant that committed suicide. It's a terrible story, but they get into the whole thing about, hey, you never know what somebody's going through. And even if you're a beautiful Miss USA pageant winner and just rising star, and I think she had a law degree, and this girl was super amazing, had everything going for her,
Right.
and she killed herself because of mental illness. And so her mom and Jada and the rest of the crew gonna talk today about noticing the signs. So check that one out on Red Table Talk. And that's what's going on in your dirt.
Our celebrity birthdays today include Lance Bass of NSYNC. He is now 43. I guess middle age is about where you'd put him. So kind of crazy that our boy bands now are middle-agers.
Dang.
Or older. Also, we got May the 4th birthdays here today. Star Wars Day. Happy first birthday to Lucas.
Oh, I
you can
love
see
it.
Lucas there with his little lightsaber.
That's awesome.
Yeah, as a baby. And,
Did they name him after George Lucas?
I don't know. It's a great question. It's a great question. It doesn't say in the email.
Is
There's
awesome.
Lucas a year later. Also, happy birthday to Krista, my beautiful wife and mother of our two beautiful baby girls. Hope you have an amazing day, love. Your hubby, Harper and Kinsley. And may the 4th be with you, and go Bills. Ryan sent that in. Okay, big old Bills fan there.
Oh, I got one of those at home.
Yeah, you do.
Panda was watching an old Bills game yesterday. I walked in. It's like a Bills game, and it's snowing, and he's like, come on, you got to come see this. Come see Josh throw this thing. And I'm like, I've already seen this.
Yeah, I think
I can't watch old Bills games, but he loves it.
That's a diehard for you.
That is a diehard.
I was just getting made fun of for watching an old 1999 wrestling match. I go, dude, you already know who won this. I know. It's about the ride.
It's about the 4, yeah. All right, got a birthday you want to shout out on the KVJ Show, let us know. Mail at kvjshow.com, mail at kvjshow.com.
World Record Wednesday, gotta give your best. World Record Wednesday, we're chasing greatness today.
Oh, yeah, baby. This is going to be a tough one on the old tummy. Today's World Record Wednesday. Jaybird is going for the fastest time to drink 1 liter of lemon juice through a straw.
Ooh.
Got to do it in 16 seconds to get the record.
This one's bold.
Wow.
You were just talking this morning about how you'd like to get your mouth around some lemon cookies, but oof,
Yeah, this stuff's pretty gnarly.
this may be more lemon than you can handle.
It's a lot of lemon.
This is going to be tough here. Let's see how we can do it. It's going to be tough on that tummy. That is a full old liter bottle For us Americans here, my goodness, that looks like that's probably a good solid 32 ounces, somewhere around there.
Yeah, just slightly more. So we did the math. We bought a quart, and then we bought extra containers to make up the difference. But a quart is just 1 point.
I'm glad you did the math.
We did. We were in the middle of Publix yesterday doing math, and someone walked by and go, "You guys need help with something?"
Yeah.
Yeah.
Who's good at math?
Yeah, if it weren't for those conversion things on Google, I couldn't figure this stuff out.
That's what we
Thank
use.
God for those Google
Yeah,
conversions.
absolutely. All right, here we go. What do you think is going to happen with Jaybird? KVJ Respectable would be downing it in 32 seconds. We're doubling the time for Respectable. I would honestly say I'd be amazed if he could keep it down after a minute, but I guess the over-under would be probably about 32 seconds. Do you think there's any way he can suck down basically 32 ounces of pure lemon juice, Virginia, in 32 seconds?
Well, Kevin, he's been sucking for a while, but,
Okay.
I mean, this may be too much for any man.
Okay.
So what's your answer?
No.
You long-winded witch.
The answer is no.
I mean, she loves to hear herself talk.
She goes on with her whole thing and just
Doesn't
no
answer the question.
Yeah.
Hey, thanks for coming to my TED Talk.
Okay, let's see. So Virginia is saying no, going to go over 32 seconds. Suits, you going over or under the 32 seconds? He's going over. What if I said a minute? Do you think he'd do it in a minute? Okay, Suits says a minute. Virginia, would you do a minute if I was putting money on it?
I would do a minute. He's crazy enough to keep going, but time is not his friend. So, yes, over, I would agree with.
Let me go ahead and take off my outfit. It is a little hot.
You're going to shed some layers before you drink lemon
Pants
juice?
off, pants off, pants
You've
off.
got on a furry backpack, a furry jacket, and then a furry Chewbacca onesie, and you're wearing a wool cap.
Do you have furry drawers?
Why do you think you're going to get hot?
Gotta make an entrance, baby. Gotta make an entrance.
Okay, I'm going to give an odd projection here. I have tried this before, and man, oh man, that stuff rips up your stomach super fast. I think it's going to be over the 32 seconds. I really respect this one. I don't know that it'll get the whole thing down. So I would say we might have an incomplete on this. I don't think I'd be able to do it. I put money against me.
Thank you for that pep talk.
Sorry, Bird. I just try to call it like I think it's going to be, man.
So after you did it, was
Not
it
going to get fake hype from this guy.
toilet time?
It was for a while. It feels, you know how it does to your lips, like it feels like it does that to your stomach. It is tough.
Interesting.
It's tough. Tough to tame.
I got a tummy like a cow. I'll be fine.
You got that BAS.
Bitch ass stomach. No, my stomach's actually pretty good.
It is, okay.
It really is.
Really?
It's only when you do aquatic stuff and pepper. Is I'm allergic to pepper.
Yeah.
Cayenne. So let's give it
So
more
no
cayenne.
pepper shrimp?
No pepper.
Yeah, I think there's a chance this might tear you up for the rest of the show.
I love it.
Next
Okay.
week's bit pepper shrimp.
Okay, all right, here we go. World record Wednesday, fastest time to drink 1 liter of lemon juice through a straw. The record is 16 seconds. KVJ Respectable would be 32. All right, let's see if Jaybird can get this here. All right, he's got the straw. It's a regular size straw. It's down in the 1 liter bottle. Okay, Jaybird, if you are ready, on your mark, get set, and go. Okay, he's sucking down pretty hard. It's going pretty fast so far. So far, so good. I got to tell you, he's a quarter of the way through the bottle. He's coming up on halfway through. He's only at the 10-second mark. My goodness. Okay, he is just a little bit over halfway through at the 15-second mark. He's halfway down with his bottle. He's at 18 seconds, just over the world record, but he's trying to get to 32 for KVJ Respectable, and he's got only a quarter bottle left. He is at the 26-second mark. If he can do it in just 6 more seconds, he's at 30 seconds. Okay, he's just past KVJ Respectable, but he only has 1/8 of the bottle left. He's right down to the edge. The last little bit, he's at 40 seconds right now. Just a couple more sips, and it is gone at 46 seconds. Bird has knocked it down in under a minute. 46 seconds to chug a full liter of lemon juice.
I feel born again. Woo!
Getting it down is impressive.
Did you just
Getting
say
it down is impressive.
boned again?
May the fourth be with you.
14 seconds over KVJ respectable. Knocked it down in under a minute, though. I think just getting it down is pretty impressive, honestly. But I just let you know he was 30 seconds over the world record, which was done in 16.
She's dancing on those lungs.
Nice camel toe.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, boy.
Make sure you're getting it. Look at these views
Oh,
up.
I zoomed in.
It's a little snug in the undercarriage.
She's a moose knuckle.
Oh, right now, you could film anything. I wouldn't even, it doesn't even matter. I feel terrible.
You got yeah.
Oh, God, it's...
I'm telling you, you're getting hot again. Yeah.
Oh,
I
boy.
think you're gonna throw up. Yeah. I think it's gonna weigh
I'm trying
on
to
you
hold it for 5 minutes, though. I think that's the rule.
Is that it? Before you completely launch?
Yeah, I think you have to hold it in for 5 minutes, and you're allowed to throw up.
Yeah. Okay.
I could be making that rule up, though. I feel like I'm on drugs right now.
So wait, man, you can get high chugging lemon juice?
That is awful, by the way.
I don't know.
Oh, my God.
Yep.
People fighting online, losing their minds. So we read the crazy crap they write and have a fun time. Well, get ready for this week's digital drama.
Okay, this is a fun post that Virginia brought in here from next door, I believe it was, Virginia.
Yeah, specifically North Jupiter, where I live. People sometimes get a little froggy. I can't believe fisticuffs happen on the street. I mean, what?
There's a lot of fights that happen through social media.
Damn.
That lead into real fights in real life.
This is hardcore.
Okay, so this was a post that went up by Patricia. I'll have Bird play the role of Patricia here.
Perfectly cast.
Yes, to start it all off. Virginia, you can play the role of Jonathan. I'll be Ed, and Denny's, you're going to be Nikki.
Got it.
In this post here. Okay, go ahead, Patricia.
Beware of two people on the bicycles. The man had a blue helmet on, and the woman had a yellow bomber jacket on. She hit me in the face. I called the police, and the incident was reported. Before hitting me, the woman came to my open window and said, "If you hit my husband, I will kill you." And then punched me with a fist to my face. Very nice, people.
That's assault, plain and simple. I hope you're planning to press charges.
Is his name Will Smith?
Typical road rage from bikers. If they perceive that you drove too close to one of them, they get very, very angry.
I didn't even see them. They just appeared out of nowhere.
Steal her bike. Make the guy ride both of them on his bike. Then they'll be too tired to hit people in the face.
What's the whole story, though? They didn't just hit you out of the blue.
Sounds like Patricia almost ran over her husband on the bike.
Oh.
Please don't hate cyclists. I was cut off at the circle of Indian Creek on a bicycle. The driver asked why I didn't hear her turn signal.
What's the point of the post when we don't know what provoked it?
Why is the victim always blamed? I hope the police will follow up on this report.
I do got questions. What did she do?
I think she drove her car. This is my assessment.
Okay.
I think Patricia drove her car too close to the cyclist, and the cyclist got scared that she was about to hit them, and she probably came really close. And the cyclists were just like, "That's it, we've had enough," and punched her in the face.
Yeah, the cyclists can be a little squirrely if they feel like they've been, I don't know, almost hit.
Yeah.
Share the road. It's the motto. And if you don't share the road, you get clocked in the face.
It kind of does make it a little confusing, though, with the bikes, and some are on the road, some are on the sidewalk. I know you're supposed to be on the road, but not everyone's following the same thing.
Share the road, bro.
I hear you, bro.
And this fun little post here was put up by Deanna, who is putting her cousin on blast, but it gets a little confusing here. We'll have me play the role of Deanna. Jaybird, you can be Pam. Virginia, you'll be Kurt. And Denny's, you'll play the role of BJ.
Yeah, BJ. Yeah, get it.
Yeah, okay. All right. Not ashamed to put my cousin on blast for taking sloppy seconds from my baby daddy.
Girl, that is messed up.
You shouldn't be ashamed. You weren't the one banging the cousin. What the hell? Who sleeps with their cousin?
Not his cousin, my cousin.
Your cousin was sleeping with their own cousin? I don't understand.
Kurt, are you high?
What difference does that make? I would still think that sleeping with your cousin is sick if I was high.
All right, let me see if I can break this down. Deanna called out her own cousin for sleeping with Deanna's baby daddy. The baby daddy and the cousin are not related?
How can't you be related to your cousin? If they're a cousin, then you are related.
You know, Kurt, you're really hijacking this post.
I'm sorry, Deanna. There's just some sickos on here, and I'm trying to figure out how sick they are.
Well, you stay here and do that. I'm going to make a TikTok to try and put my cousin on blast. Hashtag dumbass. Good Lord.
It's getting more contentious out there.
It really is.
Stay inside.
And confusing.
Stay inside, but stay offline.
Yes.
Yeah.
All right, people blasting their cousin, bike fights, all that good stuff. You see it going off on social media, do a screenshot and send it to us, mail at kvjshow.com.
It's the KVJ Dirt of the Day. It's the KVJ Dirt of the Day. Virginia, take it away, because you know we need that Dirt of the Day.
Well, I don't know about you guys, but I feel like there's a lot of people around me going, I got COVID again. It just seems like it's like surging again, and I was like so happy that it was over, but I guess it ain't over.
No, it's still around. Probably will be for a while. The numbers are going up a little bit, and I think the hospitalizations have ticked up a bit as well.
Sharon Osbourne just talked about how she now got COVID, along with Kelly, her daughter. They got it from Ozzy, who has been struggling with it. And an ABC News reporter, Jonathan Carl, who does a lot of stuff with the White House, just tested positive on Monday after hanging out with Biden and Kim Kardashian at the White House Correspondents' Dinner. They were sitting like right next to each other. So I don't know. If you infect Kim Kardashian and President Biden, and then they both go and do a bunch of stuff, and did Kim bring it to the Met Gala? Like,
Right.
it's just, no, not again.
Yeah, it's amazing how the president has dodged it all this time. I mean, even the VP had it, and he's doing okay.
He never got it.
No, he hasn't. Not that I don't think so. No, I don't think he's had it yet.
Crazy.
So, yeah, somehow Joe Biden has stayed away from it. They say 3 out of every 5 people in the U.S. now have antibodies from a previous COVID infection.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's a lot of us, y'all.
Yeah. No, I remember when it first started really going, does anybody know anybody's had this COVID? I mean, I keep hearing about it. I don't even know anybody's had it. And then bam. Now it's like, I don't know anybody hasn't had it.
COVID said, what'd y'all say?
Hello, come again?
Just exactly when you start talking trash about COVID, COVID reminds you who it is.
Do not talk trash about COVID.
Do not talk trash about COVID, y'all. Post Malone is going to be a dad. This will be his first child at the age of 26. He and his longtime girlfriend, who he's never really talked about publicly, she's not a public person. They've kind of both kept their relationship on the DL. Like, you don't see her.
Good for them.
Yeah, so they're expecting their first child together. He said he's in a super happy place in his life. He's happy about this new chapter. He can't wait to be a dad. And
it's crazy. A celebrity not telling you every detail about their life? Wow.
They don't want to be public about it. They want to keep it special and private.
Like that one dude, that Daniel Day-Lewis, when do you ever see him outside of, you just know him as movies and that's it?
He just comes in, does a movie every 6 years and walks away.
Is he even human?
We don't know.
We don't know.
They might keep him in a box.
He might be Elon Musk alien.
Yeah. Post Malone's going to be in town this weekend, too. Hard Rock Live on Friday.
That's right. There's a beautiful video of him. He had just performed at Coachella, and then he had gone to have dinner at an L.A. restaurant. And he came over and talked with a fan who was out celebrating his 21st birthday. But it was a fan that had autism and barely speaks, and strangers and he usually don't really communicate well. But Post Malone came over. There's a video of him talking to the fan for like 5 minutes, and the mom came over and like hugged him and was like, thank you, my son never really talks, but the son was talking to Post Malone.
Oh,
I love that. That is so beautiful. And that's what's going on in your dirt.
All right, should you stay in this relationship or get the heck out? Jaybird's having a cookie party over there. What are the Wookiee cookies?
Sorry.
That's all right.
Didn't know we're coming back.
I know, they're very fetching.
Wookiee cookies just call your name.
Yeah, well, look at
Make
them.
you forget where you are.
The Wookiee looking for a cookie. All right, this makeup or breakup says he doesn't treat me like his ex. Says, I recently got engaged to one of my coworkers. We've been at the same business for 7 years, and we're always good friends, but he was married, so nothing ever came of it. I was always attracted to him, but knew he was married, and I saw how he worshipped his wife. He had photos of her all over his desk, and I would frequently notice all the gifts that he would get for her on his lunch break that he would give to her when he got home. Well, 3 years ago, his wife had an affair and left him. He was devastated. He had nobody to turn to because he invested all of his energy into his wife and didn't really have anybody that was close to him. So I stepped up, and then in time, we were inseparable. After a year, our friendship turned romantic. He was always good to me, but never the way I noticed him being to his wife. There were no photos of me on his desk. I didn't get showered with gifts. In fact, I never knew he felt for me that way because he treated me more like a friend than a lover. When he proposed, I was stunned. This is all I had ever wanted, and I blurted out yes immediately. Then I started thinking about the ring. Where did he get it? How much did he pay? It was eating at me because I think I knew. He confessed that my ring was the one his ex-wife had worn. I asked him why he put so much energy into her but not into me. He said that he felt like his constant attention drove his ex-wife away from him and that he would never ever do that with a woman again. But that attention is what I saw, and it's what I want now. He said he just doesn't know if he can. It's kind of like she broke him. Look, I love this man, but I just feel like the runner-up who will always know that she is not the legitimate winner. Is it time to end this, or do I stay with an amazing man who says he loves me but has lost the capacity to really show it?
No one loses the capacity to really show it. He's just hurt right now. You're the rebound girl, just so you know. So he's still trying to figure out what he did wrong, blaming himself, all of that. This can easily be fixed with a little couples therapy.
Kevin, Billy Joel once did a song called Innocent Man. And it's about taking your baggage from old relationships. If someone's done you wrong and you've been cheated on, you might have some trust issues, especially if you were in love with that person.
Yeah.
I believe the witch is right. I don't think this is a full-on love affair. This might be a rebound, or maybe he did make a mental adjustment because his spirit's broken. I'm not saying that's right.
Right. You can get him to readjust, though.
Yes.
If he decided, I'm never going to be that good to another woman again because I was that good and she left, you can easily fix that.
I give both credit on this because you brought it up, you were bothered, and he was honest with you about it. So now you've got the information. You can do what you want with it now.
Now you can do the work.
You can do the work. Yeah, I mean, Virginia always says couples therapy. It's always not that easy to get people in couples therapy.
Well, she's engaged to the guy, and I guess the question is, does she stay engaged to him and write it out, or does she need to say, hey, look, I might be the rebound girl, and you might have some issues you still need to work through, and this is what I want out of a true relationship. If I'm going to get married, I want to get married and be treated like I know you can treat a woman.
I think you need to communicate your feelings and be full gorilla honest. Don't let anything out. I mean, let it all out, I should say, and really be honest with how you feel, and then kind of take it day by day and see if there's a change. Because to the witch's point, if you're already kind of depressed and sad about an old relationship, maybe you shouldn't be in this one.
Yeah, who knows? But I think just because somebody does you wrong, you got to be able to heal from that and then move on and be yourself. And if his self is to throw himself into a relationship and love like nobody's watching, then that is what he needs to be able to get back to. He's just still hurt right now.
Yeah, and that's why I don't think he needs to plunge into another marriage. And that's why I think she needs to stand her ground and say, look, I need to marry that guy.
They can take their time.
Like, look, I don't even think you have to make a sweeping gesture about I need to break up and the engagement's off. You can stay engaged, but I would let him know, look, I have expectations, and let's not plan this wedding until I feel like you can fully get over your ex, and I'm not sure you're there yet.
He needs therapy. Maybe they don't need therapy. He needs therapy because he has let this bee that cheated on him change him.
People do that a lot when they'll jump into another relationship when they're not really ready to do that.
Or healed.
All of the above. They're just, I think loneliness plays a factor. You're all lonely. You want to get with somebody.
Lonely, and you're looking for the bonely.
Interesting slogan. I'm not sure if we'll make a pillow.
Just let it hang out there, Kevin.
Okay.
Just let it hang.
All right, got another email here. Want to know if they should make up or break up. It says, I'm breaking the 4-date rule. Says, I have my 5th date with this guy this coming weekend. He is hot AF and awesome and everything that I would want in a boyfriend, but he wants to keep things chill. And look, I'm okay with this, but he was pressing for some sex on our last date, and I told him that, look, I'm not going to get it on with any guy who I'm not in a committed relationship with.
Good for you.
Yeah, so we slowed it down and still had a great date, but I can't lie, I want it just as much as he does.
Uh-oh.
I'm just not about to break my own rule. Well, I was talking to my girlfriend about how he doesn't want to be exclusive, and she says, it is time to move on, girlfriend. She told me that I need to follow the 4-date rule. It basically means that by the 4th date, you should know where things are headed with a guy. If he hasn't given you any indication by now that he's looking for a long-term relationship, he probably isn't, and you need to walk away. I mean, we act like a couple when we're together. We hold hands, we kiss, we enjoy each other's company so much. He acts like he's really into me, but I don't want to be in this world where we act like a couple but never are. Do you believe in the 4-date rule? If not, what is the right number? Look, I want sex. Is my girlfriend right? Will I be forever strung along?
I don't know.
Look, everybody's different and everyone's looking for different things. And if you're a person that wants to date somebody exclusively, you're not going to be jazzed if someone's dating somebody else that doesn't want to be exclusive with you. If that's not what you want, I say move on. I mean, doesn't she want to be exclusive? He doesn't. He's out poking other people. That's what
I think she really likes this guy, but he just doesn't seem like he's able to say, hey, you're going to be the only one that I'm with.
And he wants to still keep playing.
And everyone's different. There's no magical number where you have to all of a sudden, oh, you're supposed to love that person after 4 dates. Everyone's going to be different. Every situation's got its own set of circumstances.
Yeah. Toph is saying in the chat room, move on from that dude. He said he doesn't want to be in a relationship, period. Give it up, girl, RJ says. So a lot of people are saying that it might just be time. Yeah.
Give it up, but don't give it up.
Well, when someone tells you they're really open about not being exclusive with you, and that's a main theme. And and we're talking 4-5 dates, and they're still saying that. I think they're probably trying to get it in, possibly, Virginia.
He's telling her just point blank he wants to.
And maybe move along after.
Yeah. Right. Well, I'm glad that she's held out and she's maintained her standards that she has.
Hold out, yeah.
Good for you. Maybe go through the 5th date, still hold out, see where he is, and then if that's it, you've gone 1 over the 4-date rule, so you know you gave it enough time.
Don't be a pincushion unless you want to be a pincushion.
Well, that's just, you have to know what you want.
Right. He's telling you.
If you're okay with him dating other people and you're sleeping with him too and you're comfortable with that, God bless you. So, some people are not going to be comfortable with that.
This email for Makeup or Breakup said he has used handcuffs every single time during sex. My neighbor and I have been hooking up, and I'm starting to catch feels for him. He is super hot, and I think he's starting to like me back. However, there is one big red flag that I've noticed. He likes to use handcuffs when we get romantic, and even since the first time, they've always been involved. I asked him if he always had to use handcuffs, and he said, no, of course not. And then he proceeds to use handcuffs every single time.
Oh, boy.
My friends think this is a sign that he's some kind of like weirdo, but they think I need to call it off before things get too strange, because this is where he started on round 1. What's he going to be like on round 10? I don't get creepy vibes from him, but I do think it's odd that he's so into handcuffs. Should I make up, or should I see where this goes?
Yeah, he's a serial killer.
I mean, I would not be into handcuffs. And so if this guy keep wanting to put handcuffs on me, I'd be like, what's this about?
So the handcuffs isn't the issue. It's the frequency of the handcuffs. Every time. Single time,
yeah.
Dude.
Mm-hmm.
What's going on with this?
Even the first time, like you bring out the handcuffs on go number 1.
Yeah. It's a big move. And
it's a big move.
Baby, I don't need to use handcuffs every single time. Give me your hands. And then he does it every time.
Yeah.
Where's the duct tape?
I would just say no to the handcuffs, and if he can't get over that, then be like, all right, this might be time to... I'm not down with that. I mean, what are you going to be doing? You're going to be together with him for 20 years and you're going to be handcuffed?
What's next? Zip ties? And a plastic tarp?
We've talked about that before. If someone's into something, I'm cool with that, but it couldn't be every single time. That gets exhausting after a while.
Change it up, yeah.
Yeah, you gotta do your special fetish every time.
Lasagna's fine, but every night for dinner, the exact same thing? Every single night for lunch, breakfast?
I could do that, actually.
Lunch, breakfast, and dinner, huh?
He loves lasagna.
I love lasagna.
He likes it wet.
How long could you go for?
All night long. All month long.
All month long.
What,
Okay.
what are we talking about?
Jaybird is now taking on the lasagna challenge. Breakfast, lunch, and dinner.
I will be
1 month.
so fat. You're rolling me. I won't be fitting in this Chewbacca outfit.
You get that hot body for the summer.
Oh my God. The butterball look just for June.
Hot girl summer.
Oh my God.
The lasagna bod.
I think the lasagna challenge, if I had to do that for him, it would kill me. I think it's finally the one that would do me in.
You think so?
Okay. Cheesecake.
Well, maybe you could switch it up to Jabba the Hutt.
I do need a Jabba outfit.
Yeah. All right, we got our millennial locked in here. We got to get somebody from Gen Z to play along in the battle of the generations here today. So if you're 18 to 26, jump on in here. I know I've got somebody in that generation. Sometimes it's kind of tough to get them up before 9 a.m. So.
Denny says they call in, but you have to ask them twice.
Yes, it's kind of dealing with the generation, I think, overall. It's fascinating. It's interesting to watch the Gen Zs out there.
Gen Z scared of the old people?
Well, and the amazing thing about this, they're in the lead. Like, they're just, and maybe that's it. They'll say, yeah, we show up when we want to, but we're winning. And you know what? They wouldn't be wrong.
Yeah, but it's not very likable.
Yeah, well, do they care?
We shop when we want to.
We don't care what you think. Look at you.
I'm living my worst life.
Yeah, it's kind of interesting, when you look through the eyes of a 24-year-old like I do with my twins. They say that they're getting kind of a slap in the face. College graduates now, which a lot of them are the Gen Z, are overestimating their starting salaries, they say, expecting to make $103,000 after school. But in reality, when they get out, they find that the average is a little more over about $50,000, so about half. And like, wait, what? What?
Daddy, I'm going to need some help.
I'm just going to become an influencer then.
Kevin can never quit working.
Yeah, no, that's it.
Daddy.
Yeah, they say half of parents with a child over 18 provide them with at least some financial support.
I could totally see that. Because what are you going to do? I mean, if you've got it, if you're a parent in your, 50s, 60s, chances are you've been smart and figured things out in the world and saved a little money. And if you've got it, you can't see your kid thrown out on the street.
Yeah.
But there's a lot of people who don't got it either, though.
True. And if you don't got it, you don't got it. Sorry, kid.
That's it. So,
But if you got it, I think people like Kevin will cut back and maybe not have a car like Kevin so that his kid can have a place to stay while he's going to graduate school.
I forget what show it was, but they were talking about how people that are coming out of college, they're going into the workforce, like you're saying, expecting these huge salaries, and people are going, no, it doesn't work that way. And then they're all pissed off.
But I watched a show on TV, and they came right out of college and making a lot of money.
That's called Keeping Up with the Kardashians. Ever hear of them?
Everybody on Siesta Key makes so much money.
They make bank.
So what's going on in the workforce? The workforce is dumb.
If everyone becomes an influencer, that means it's going to get really watered down.
That means no one will have influence.
Well, exactly. That's what's happening.
They say these parents are spending roughly $1,000 a month for their adult children's food, cell phone plan, or covering health and auto insurance. So, yeah, we just kicked the kids off the auto insurance, so we're slowly it's kind of like one finger at a time. It's kind of like they're hanging on, and you're just like, oh, pulled one finger off, there goes another. All right.
Did you kick them off because it was an age thing with the policy?
They got to the point, yeah.
Yeah.
They aged out of it, which I'm like, yes. So you're not the bad guy, and you don't.
You're not the bad guy. It's Allstate. Pick it up with Allstate.
Now you just have to physically hand him the cash.
That bad guy in them commercials. He's the one.
All right, we got our Gen Z player here. It is Valentina from Bucca. Hello, Valentina.
Hello. How are you guys?
Good. How are you doing?
Pretty good. Thank you.
Good. If you're ever going out in Boca, I'm sure you've probably rubbed elbows with my daughter. She seems to be out there all the time, so you all can hang out together.
You ever hear of her? She's the Caitlin Ralston.
Yeah, is that how it goes? The Caitlin Ralston. Adam is on here from Lake Worth Beach to represent our millennials. What up, Adam?
What up?
All right. Let's see. I tell you, the millennials got to catch up with a little lost ground here. They trail 24-21. Gen Z is winning. So we'll see if Valentina can keep it going here today.
Hey, Sweet Denny's, let's drop that sweet. Let's go after Suits.
Bring it.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, man. Yeah, bring it. Okay, so here's how we play. The question first goes to our caller from their generation. You'll have only 3 seconds to give us a correct answer. If you cannot do that, it'll go to your partner from your generation here in studio, either Denny's or Suits. Valentina, your partner is Suits for Gen Z, and Adam, your partner is Denny's for the Millennials. We're going to start with our Gen Z here. Valentina from Boca, your first question. Valentina, what Disney Channel show starred Hilary Duff?
Lizzie McGuire.
Bam!
Oh, nice job.
Bam!
It's not a good start, Denny. It's not a good start.
That's a 2-point answer. Very nice. Okay. Putting the pressure on Denny's and Adam here. Adam, here is your first question in the Battle of the Generations. Okay. The question is, on what TV show did JoJo Siwa get her start?
No idea.
Okay. Love the honesty. Denny's, this will save 1 point if you have an answer. On what TV show did JoJo Siwa get her start?
Was it Dance Moms?
That is correct.
Wow.
Peace train!
I didn't think you'd know that.
Whoa!
Yeah, my
Thank you,
wife
Daddy.
watched all of them. So
Bam.
Look at you.
Oh, you didn't watch him either, Denny's?
Okay. All right, back to Gen Z. They've got a 2-1 lead right now after the first round. Valentina, your question. Need an answer in 3 seconds. In the animated movie series, who played the voice of Shrek?
Mike Myers.
Dang.
She came to play.
Wow.
Oh, my gosh. Okay. All right. Mike Myers.
Looking shook there, Denny's.
I am.
Wow. Okay, this is kind
Y'all
of getting...
better be shivering.
Oh, Gen Z trash talk.
Dang, Denny's, you gonna take that?
Okay. All right, here we go. Man, oh man. All right, let's see if Adam can get this correct. All right, Adam, your question. The Sweet Escape was a collaborative song between Pharrell and what famous female singer? Buzzer goes off. All right, Denny's, can you save a point?
Was it Gwen Stefani?
That is correct.
Right back one, yeah!
Gwen
All right,
Stefani.
Denny. Okay,
Okay.
still in this thing.
All right. Yeah, you needed that to stay in.
Oh,
Hanging on
attaboy.
by a thread. All right, let's see if Valentina and Gen Z can put a stake in it here. They lead 4-2. Any point they get in this round could be tough. All right, Valentina, your question. Ben Curtis was the dude that pitched this brand of computers between the years 2000 and 2003.
Microsoft, question mark?
Okay, that is incorrect. Suits, can you save a point?
I've never even heard of him, so I'm just going to say Dell as a guess.
Easy as Dell, dude.
Oh, man, you just got suits.
Oh, man, I'm so glad that worked out.
Dude, that was devastating.
Wow. Suits, you coming through.
Good to
That
tell.
was devastating. That
Dang.
means that Adam is going to basically have to get this one all by himself to keep the Millennials in the game. It is 5-2. He needs a 2-point answer here. Okay, it is on pitch, men. Here is your question, Adam. What product was pitchman Billy Mays famous for pushing on TV, Adam?
The spray rubber.
Denny's?
Was it OxyClean?
It was. Wow. But it's 5-3. 3, and it is going to end right there with another win for Gen Z.
Yeah, that's how we do it.
Damn wow.
Unbelievable. How do they do it? You know what? It is kind of annoying because they show up so late to the party and they roll in and win.
Talk
and
trash.
Yeah, okay. I'm going to go back to bed.
You better be shaking, Denny's.
Wow. All right. Well,
We're fashionably late.
yeah,
Exactly.
They always are, every time. Well, Valentina, enjoy and savor that win for Gen Z. Thank you very much for playing.
I will. Thank you, guys. Have a good day.
It's the most unbelievable thing.
Oh, do old people get their shot next week?
I'm not sure the rotation. I'll have to look at it.
Because we're ready.
I think you are. I'd assume you're not. You're going to be out 2 weeks in a row, so you'll be back, and you are way behind.
Yeah, we got to watch out. You know, it'll only take you about 2.5 months to catch up. So,
Oh.
Dude, you've got 15 wins for Gen X, and Gen Z's got 25.
Old people unite.
You're
yeah,
10,
2.5 months.
You are 10 behind.
Okay, you guys hear that? They're talking a lot of trash about us old people.
Damn right we are.
Let's get organized and let's knock that smirk off Suit's face.
Bring it.
Okay.
Suits ain't scared of you. Only thing he's scared of is COVID shutting down cruising again.
Damn right.
That's right. Okay, all the smack talking.
Ow! There's a lot of dumbass criminals to talk about, baby. It's the whacked out news. People breaking the law. Ha ha, fighting in the nude. Ha, drunk people pooping in the street. Ha ha, it's the whacked out news. So many people on meth. Ow!
Remember the story of 23-year-old Max Berry who got all drunk and acted a fool on a Frontier flight from Philadelphia to Miami?
There's been so many Max Berries, it's hard to remember what Max did.
Yeah, he was the one that had a lot of cocktails, and he basically groped a flight attendant, and then he punched another one in the face.
Damn,
He was the guy
Max.
that got hammered, and he came out of the bathroom with his shirt off and then started yelling profanities. And he started yelling, "Shut the F up! My parents are worth more than effing $2 million bleeping dollars."
He's a real sweetheart.
Yeah, so likable.
Yeah, I saw the report today, and they're like, yeah, basically everybody on the plane hated him in the first 5 minutes. So, yeah, well, he was just sentenced to 60 days in jail plus a year of supervised release.
It's not enough. I think 60 days in jail is weak.
I agree. 2 months? Come on, that's nothing.
They got to give him 6 months and make an example out of him because people are still getting froggy.
Well, I really like the idea of you going on a no-fly list for a
Yes.
certain amount of time, and that'd be part of your punishment. If you're going to act a fool like that, then for, 2 to 5 years, you can't get on a plane. So go Greyhound, bitch.
Look, you know how it is. You were banned from the Gardens Mall for life.
Yeah.
And then I think it's been lifted.
Yeah.
But you had that time you had to serve.
It was a good 5 years. I had to sneak my way in there.
He was coming in through side entrances.
Yeah. It was crazy.
Sneaking in the back of Chick-fil-A.
I had to go into like the Unabomber. It's terrible. Well, there's an intoxicated man that was causing a disturbance outside of a Maine hotel after being told not to return to the property or risk arrest. He ignored the order. So when the police pulled up, he had a quick disguise. He grabbed a sheet and threw it over his head and tried to make himself look like he was a chair.
If I can't see you, you can't see me.
The photo is hysterical because he's on the porch and it's clearly a guy with a sheet over his head that has his arms out like he's a chair. So they did all this stuff like, shh, watch this. And this is it went up, they pulled the sheet off, like, big dummy. They
That's
arrested him, took him in.
Amazing.
Yeah, I think cops have a lot of fun on their shifts with drunks like that.
You have to.
A South Dakota family went viral. I don't know if you've seen this video of the 7-year-old girl that was taking her first communion. So she didn't know exactly how much to drink. And so they go up and they give her the cup and she takes a little bit of a sip and then she's still holding on to the chalice. And then all of a sudden she starts tipping it back and then she's tipping it back. And now she's full on chugging the communion wine. And the priest is kind of like trying to reach out. It's this 7-year-old girl is just
That's hilarious.
housing the whole thing. And then she hands it back to the priest and just walks back to her pew so nonchalant like it was not a big deal.
That girl is my spirit animal.
That's awesome.
Yeah, the whole church busted up laughing and she's just knocking it back like no big deal.
If you don't want me to drink the whole chalice, don't give me the whole chalice.
Right.
That's
Come
on them.
That's on you. Well, this is an interesting thing going on right next to Vatican City in Rome. Residents there have imposed a nightly curfew. Has nothing to do with COVID. Apparently, there's been a series of wild boar attacks.
Oh, damn.
In the streets?
I guess so, in the streets of Rome.
What?
Did somebody let wild boar loose, or did they wander up from the woods?
And I'd love to know a number. Are we talking 10, 20, 100? Why is it such a problem?
Enough that they got a curfew.
77.
How many does it take for you're like, all right, we got to lock it down, these wild, godless boars?
That's the question. Is it 10 where they go, we got to go public, guys?
Don't know. Great question. There is a British Parliament minister that got caught watching porn last week in the House of Commons, which is, kind of like their Senate chambers.
I get it, though. It's kind of boring in there. It always looks boring and everything's Senate here. So, I hope he's just trying to entertain himself.
They're making British laws, and he's in there scouting out porn.
I get it.
I mean, to Virginia's point, it seems like there's some downtime. Even though there shouldn't be, it seems like there is.
Senate stuff looks terrible, Kevin.
After getting busted in the shame, he has resigned, but he's now trying to defend himself and his honor by saying that he was actually looking for a tractor called the Dominator, and when he typed in the Dominator, that's what came up.
Oh, whatever. He was Googling things that are named the Dominator.
Dominatrix.
Oh, man.
Dominate me.
Oh, wow.
Oh, yeah.
Don't worry. They may kick you out of the UK, but you'll always have a place here in the States.
You got caught being a bad boy. Own
yeah,
it.
he did.
Own it, baby.
Been a bad boy. Interesting story about 47-year-old Malcolm McDonald. Now listen to this. Apparently he got some kind of blood infection and his penis fell off.
Damn.
Hell no.
He said it just, quote, dropped to the floor.
Oh my gosh.
That would be kind of terrifying, I would think.
That'll ruin your Wednesday.
Yeah.
Are you more alarmed if your fingers fall off or your dong falls off randomly?
I think my dong, because I'm like, what did I do was it neglect?
I think I'd rather have you take off 5 fingers, right?
Kevin's fell off from loneliness.
Yeah, just, if you're not going to need me, I'll just be on the floor.
Use it or lose it.
That's right. Surgeons subsequently manufactured a new penis and attached it to his arm.
Whoa.
Does it still have feelings?
Well, I don't know if it attached with the nerves. I don't think on his arm it would. I think they put it there for the blood flow. And then what happened, the pandemic happened and things kept getting pushed off. And so he's like, hey, dudes, I still have my peen on my arm.
He's been walking around with a D arm?
Yes, he's had his dong on his arm for 6 years.
You got to wear long sleeve every day?
Yeah, and he said it was a problem because they've now...
Oh, was it?
Yeah, well, he said in one episode, he was in a store and this elderly lady asked him to get an item off the top shelf at a supermarket and he wanted to be nice. So as he reached out, his sleeve came up over his dong and it hit her in the nose.
Oh, boy.
And she's like, what is that? And because it looked like a penis. And
look, why is he going out to the store?
I got so many questions.
Like 6 years. I mean, the guy's still got to get groceries.
This seems like an important surgery to move ahead with. They can't take the D off of his arm and put it on his junk.
And my man just wants, maybe he needs to do Instacart until they can get this thing off.
6 years. 6 years he was waiting for this, and his new documentary is called The Man with a Penis on His Arm. And he's bragging about it, saying that the new one's better than the old one because surgeons added an additional 2 inches.
Wow.
Making it now 6 in total.
That's a gift.
And he is feeling on this, I guess.
Yeah, I would assume so.
Wow.
I would
Are
assume
you hoping
so.
yours falls off?
Yeah, they can bring you back with 3 or 4 more inches.
Zombie peen.
Yeah. How great would that be? So fascinating stuff in your whacked out news. All right, we got to find out who the liar is here on the KVJ Show. 2 truths and a lie. You're going to hear 3 stories. 2 will be true. 1 will be completely made up. And you hear the context clues to find out who is not telling us the truth here. We got Jaybird, Denny's, and Suits with stories here. Suits is going to start us off. Suits, what is your story today?
So this goes back to probably when I was about 10 years old. The house that I grew up in, we used to have this really old alarm system that was in it, so it was easy to set off accidentally when somebody wasn't actually breaking in, because any kind of like loud vibration would set the thing off. So one night it went off, and all of us were just kind of assuming, all right, what set it off? It's probably something that not a big deal. And from where I was standing up on the second floor, I caught the shadow of a person on our property. Looked like they were wearing a hoodie.
A person?
Yeah.
Now, in the house or
Outside,
in the yard?
In the yard. I saw someone.
I'm glad you're asking questions because it shows,
He's trying to trip me up.
Yeah, I like that.
No, I just want to know.
So I went and told my mom that somebody was actually trying to break in. And, you know, I'm 10 years old. She thinks that I'm just freaked out because it's the middle of the night and the alarm's going off. So she looks around, doesn't see anything. And I don't go back to bed right away because I'm all freaked out.
Yeah,
so
there's a burglar on the loose.
Exactly. I saw the guy. I know what I saw. So we're all sitting downstairs, and she's trying to kind of get me to go to bed and console me a little bit, and we hear rattling on the sliding glass door.
Oh,
and
geez.
The alarm goes off again this time as someone's trying to rattle it. So we call the cops out, and this guy really was stupid because you think after the second time he would have taken off. They found him hiding in our garden wall area and arrested him.
There really was a guy trying to break in?
There was really a guy, yeah. If she didn't listen to me and I went back to bed, who knows? But thankfully she set the alarm back on when I told her that. Dang. But yeah, the cops ended up arresting him. He was trying to break in.
Okay.
Oh.
All right. Is there truth to that, or is that a complete lie? Okay. We got Jaybird in here. Jaybird, what is your story?
Dramatic pause while he drinks his beverage.
Thank you, Kevin.
It's not alcohol, though, so it's kind of lame.
You're not impressed?
Not impressed at all.
How dare me hydrate my one kidney?
How dare you?
The nerve.
Come in here with a non-alcoholic beverage.
So I was on a double date, and it was a situation where my buddy had a girlfriend, and she had a friend, and she had recently just got out of a relationship with her boyfriend, but we had hung out one night, and there was kind of some sparks there, so we all hung out a second time. We're all drinking, having a good time, and we're at my buddy's girlfriend's apartment, and this girl gets a message from her ex-boyfriend.
Oh, boy.
And let me just tell you what a mood changer this was. She went from having unbelievably just laughing and having a great, fun, awesome time to her melting down, starting to cry. She got so upset, she locked herself in the bathroom and started to say she was going to hurt herself.
Oh,
This is the second time we hung out with each other.
Dang.
I say we have to call 911 because as soon as someone says they're going to hurt themselves. So there was a debate on whether we should do that. I kept on leading the charge of we're going to call 911. She's not coming out of the bathroom. Her ex-boyfriend shows up. Now it's her in the bathroom locked in saying she's going to hurt herself. It's her ex-boyfriend, and now I'm in the mix. And he's begging me to go away and not call 911. He's saying, don't call 911. Well, my buddy, who was also with me, they get into a fight. The ex-boyfriend and my buddy, they're about to fight each other. Long story short, I end up calling 911, and they had to take her out to the hospital.
Wow.
So she didn't hurt herself. That was the second date. Date number 2.
So did you have a 3?
It didn't work out. That was not a date.
Date number 3, did you get busy?
There was no date 3.
Wow, okay. All right, is that true or is that a lie?
All right, I see you over there working.
Look at Virginia asking questions.
This round especially.
Yeah, she is. She's all fired up from that Johnny Depp
I get it.
coverage.
Bad lawyers turn me on. I feel like I can be one.
Okay, what is your story, Denny's?
When I was younger, my parents went on a 10-day cruise, and they left me and my brother with my grandparents. And on the very first day, my grandma was still visiting her aunt in Oklahoma, so she hadn't gotten back yet. So it was just my grandfather, and we just gotten dropped off. And the Batman the Anime series was big, and they came out with new action figures. So he goes, if you guys are good today, nothing happens. I don't want any flack from grandma or your parents. I'm going to buy you those animated figures. And I go, well, obviously that's what we're going to do. So he went out to the car. He had a couple errands to run. He's like, put on your shoes, meet me out. We'll run errands, and we'll stop and get toys on the way home.
Sweet.
So I'm putting my shoes on. You know how kids are. My brother pushes me while I'm putting my shoe on, so I fall over. And I go to chase after him. and he immediately stubs his toe on the corner and breaks it.
Oh,
but
man.
we're trying to get these toys, so I'm like, Jesse, you got to be cool. Don't tell Grandpa we're going to get these toys. I'm like, we just got to get through about 3 visits, and we can get these on the way home.
But my toe is broken.
Yes. So we put the shoe on, and we get to the car. We walk slowly, but the whole ride, every bump we hit, my brother's whimpering in the back, and my grandfather's like, what's going on? I'm like, nothing. And I turn around, I'm like, Jesse, be cool.
Suck it up.
So we put music on. We do 2 stops. The second stop, my brother starts kind of silently crying in the back seat. And my grandfather's like, all right, what's happening? You guys, you're hiding something from me. So we pull over. He takes off his shoe. My brother's toe is gigantic and purple. And he goes, what the heck happened? You guys were in the house for a second. We're like, oh, we explained it all to him. So he didn't get us any toys. We had to go to the ER, call the parents, call my grandma. But my brother ended up getting toys for being so brave, whereas I got nothing because I was trying to hide it from him.
Oh, man.
It's a life lesson right there.
Okay. All right.
The first 3 comments that I saw in the chat room, Suits is lying, Jaybird is lying, Denny's is lying.
Only one is. All right, so is it Suits who found a prowler outside his house, Jaybird whose second date had to be taken away after she said she was going to hurt herself, or Denny's who tried to pull a little scam to get some toys when his brother hurt his toe? Okay, who's the liar? What do you think here, Virginia? We heard 3 different stories. Suits told about how when he's a little kid, he saw a prowler outside, and his mom didn't necessarily believe him, but still wound up reapplying the locks. And then later they did find a guy that was outside prowling around and arrested him. Jaybird was talking about a second date he had where she said that she was going to hurt herself and she had to be taken away.
No, Jaybird doesn't get second dates.
And then Denny's tried to hide a foot injury from Grandpa so he'd get a toy, and it backfired because his brother who got hurt got the toy for being brave, and Denny's didn't get anything because he was trying to hide the fact that his brother had hurt his foot. Which one do you think is the liar here, Virginia?
I don't know. I just close my eyes and I try to focus. I think it's Denny's.
You do?
Really?
You're going Denny's.
I do.
Denny's made the whole thing up?
Witch powers tell me it's Denny's.
Okay.
I used to make fun of her having witch powers. It's real, y'all.
Okay. Yesterday proved that.
I'm going to go with Jaybird on this, and he's leading right now in the KVJ TV chat room with 45% of the vote. Then you've got Suits with 29% and Denny's with 26%.
I don't think it's Jaybird because I think I've heard a story about him and somebody being taken away before on a 5150 hold, which is like when the cops show up and take you away.
I've never told that story before.
I think you told it to me off the air.
We do have stories we've discussed this bit. We've got enough stories. That's why we keep doing the bit that we haven't told on the air, just so y'all know. Because people are like, oh, we would have heard this story before. Not necessarily.
Okay.
Well, not when it's somebody's like private.
Well, that's also too.
It's like no good ending to that unless it's in this bit.
Yeah.
Okay, well, I agree with the chat room that it's Jaybird. Virginia is going with Suits. Who is our liar here today?
I'm going with Denny's.
Oh, I mean Denny's. Sorry.
Yeah, you're fine.
Going Denny's.
You're
okay.
fine.
Who is our liar?
Should have went with me, Virginia. It's
Damn,
me.
it's Suits.
Yeah, I made that up.
Dang.
Suits, the burglar story.
Wow. And you got the least amount of votes in the chat
Wow.
room, 27%.
Good job.
That's how
Tricked
it
ya.
rounded up.
You told
Yeah.
a great story.
Good job, young man.
Okay. Fun stuff.
Wow.
We got more
Suits.
stories.
Okay.
We have at least another month round.
The kid, he was good.
You ever had a date that went so bad you shut it down within an hour? You're just like, okay, I can't do this. You know it's going to be that bad.
Yes.
Hey, I'm talking to the chat room. They go, how many girls have been detained or arrested with Bird on dates? I think it's only one, unless I'm forgetting one. It was the one that she made the erratic U-turn and she got pulled over. She had priors or she had a warrant out for arrest.
Yeah, I mean.
She got full on arrested. But I don't think is there another one?
Was that the same girl that was going in the bathroom and putting on more and more makeup?
Yes, that's the same girl.
Okay,
yeah.
okay.
We think she might have been on something, Kev.
Yeah, there's a good chance.
Looking back in retrospect.
She sounds fun.
Yeah.
She really wasn't. It was actually a horrible date.
What happened in your date that got shut down within an hour, Virginia?
Well, I had gone to meet up with this guy that I had met on Match.com. Mm-hmm. Remember I told you about that Prince William?
Yeah, what was that story?
So me and my best friend Kimmy, we drove an hour from where we lived in Mississippi to the French Quarter to go meet this guy, and he called himself Prince William on Match.com, and his picture did not look like what he looked like when he showed up. He showed up wearing a wolf t-shirt with hair like coming out of the back of it. Like he didn't groom his neckline, and the hair from his back was like puffing out of the back of the wolf t-shirt.
Yeah, it's a tough look.
Immediately, I knew it wasn't going to go well.
Kevin nailed it. It's a tough look.
It's a tough look.
Didn't you say you couldn't shake him either? You kept running into him?
Well, we went to dinner because that was the first thing that we had planned was the three of us to go to dinner. I made him buy dinner for me and my girlfriend and get us a hotel room, separate rooms, one for me and my girlfriend and then one for him. He agreed to all of it, so you're dumb. So we're in there having dinner, and I'm looking at my girlfriend. She's looking at me, and we're like, we got to shake this clown. He is not only gross, but just a dud. Nothing to say. Kind of weird. Looked a little off. Like bodies under the porch weird. So I faked like I had stomach cramps from the food. I was like, I don't feel good. I got poopy cramps. I got to go up to the hotel room. And
the wolf guy don't care if you got poopy cramps. He's going to stick around through poopy cramps.
Well, he wanted to, but he wasn't invited. So I went to the hotel room with my girlfriend. We changed clothes, and we're like, all right, let's go back out. And so we're on Bourbon Street, and so we go back out, and we're partying in the club.
Yeah.
And I had used a fake name. So I'm in the club, like dancing, having a good time, and he's calling out this fake name, and I'm not answering. And he comes up behind me and says the fake name, and I'm like, oh, crap. I turn around and it's him. And he's like, you look like you've recovered from your poopy cramps.
Why is he getting behind you?
Well, clearly he's using a fake name too, Prince William.
Yeah, he was no prince.
All right, we're just all lying here.
Yeah, poopy cramps ain't stopping werewolf, dude.
Yeah.
It never has, never will.
So we asked the question on our KVJ Show Facebook page last night. What happened on your bad day that shut it down within an hour? Jennifer said, I was a single mom and my date referred to my girls as my baggage. I just stood up right there and left.
Oh, boy. Yeah.
Good reason to punt.
If that's the way he's going to talk about your family before he even knows them.
Dana said, black teeth, 4 seconds out.
Oh, dang, that's rough, man.
A black tooth will shut it down.
Yeah.
Check, please.
Angela said he stole the breadsticks off the 2 tables next to us.
Dude, wait a couple minutes. They're going to bring some
They
more.
will give you breadsticks. All you have to do is ask.
Oh, this guy's really hungry.
Sophia said he started tripping balls and I had no idea he was on drugs. He starts like smacking himself in the face.
That's when you pull out your video camera.
Yeah.
We had one of those before where someone called in and said they were on a date, and like 10 minutes in, it was a first date, and the guy goes, yeah, by the way, I'm on mushrooms. She goes, okay.
What?
Okay. Teresa said he confessed to being racist. Okay, yeah, check, I'm out.
Can't do it.
Wow.
Yeah. I mean,
mushrooms, racism, 2 things I cannot have dinner with.
This is all within the first hour.
Well, don't lump mushroom people in with racist people. Totally 2 different people.
Oh my God, what if he was on shrooms and he was racist?
It's a rough combo.
I'm out of there so fast.
Tom said, what happened on my bad date that shut down in an hour? So we sit down, I order a beer, and she inadvertently said to the waitress, no alcohol for me, I'm pregnant. Had no idea. And neither did her ex-boyfriend.
Wow.
Yeah.
Oh.
He was like, he said he did finish the meal quickly, but we both knew there was not going to be a second date.
You're pregnant going on a first date?
Yeah. And she hasn't told the baby daddy.
At least she said something on the first date.
Girl, you need to stay home and find Jesus.
Yeah. Julie said, I met him at the restaurant and he was waiting outside for me, which seemed nice at first until he told me that we couldn't go in because he'd just been kicked out. Apparently, he'd been in the restaurant bar drinking all day and they threw him out. It was over before it started, and then he wanted me to give him a ride home. Nope, bye.
Oh.
Yeah. Johnny said she got drunk and pissed her pants.
It happens.
That's not good. He said,
I wouldn't judge people for that. My mom got drunk on her honeymoon night, her wedding night.
okay.
And she peed on the rug.
Oh, wow.
But she had never drank a lot before.
Really? That was her first time, huh?
We're going to forgive people that pee if they're not drinkers.
I'm thinking, okay, if it's a first date, and try to go back to your dating time, Kev. You're on this great date for 3 hours. It is unbelievable. You can't believe how great it's going.
Yeah.
And then she pees her pants.
But she's a sweetheart and she doesn't drink.
I think you can get past it. If you have already a crush building and you really hit it off, I think you can get away.
It's kind of adorable.
Well, let's not. Now you give her an inch. She wants to go too far. It's not adorable, but I think we can forgive it.
Brandy said, when asked what happened on your bad day that shut it down within an hour, he asked me if we can make a safe word, quote, for later. I didn't even order dinner. Rude. I'm out.
That's so early to be getting into
safe words.
Some people are just not aware.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you're right. They're really not aware.
They're amongst us.
They are.
Miriam said on our first date, we were standing in the water at the beach, and I thought a fish had swam up and touched me. And I looked down, I realized that wasn't a fish. That was his weenie. I ran right out of the water and right to my car, but the impressive thing, he was standing about half a foot away.
Wait.
He put his wiener on you, and you
in
guys.
The water.
It was your first date?
First day. They just gotten there. They're at the beach. They're out in the water talking, and she's like, oh, a fish. Oh, that's not a fish.
You're set so
That's
off.
an eel.
You're set in a weird place.
I mean, you have every right to conk him in the head with a conch shell.
Yeah.
Oh, conk. I see what you did there.
Oh, you like that?
Was clever.
Working.
And then I thought Tara might have won this round when we asked what happened on your bad date that shut it down within an hour. She said, I was just uncomfortable with how he was acting. I just got a bad vibe. And I'm like, you know what? I think I'm going to leave. And he says, well, please, at least let me walk you to your car. So he did. I got in the driver's seat, and he jumps into the passenger side and then pleasures himself all over my dashboard and windshield. WTF, dude.
My gosh.
When you say pleasure yourself all over,
I think you know.
I'm assuming that we completed this ball game.
Oh, my God.
You had a full 9 innings?
Wow.
Wow.
Okay.
And is he a quick? I got so many more questions.
He was so jazzed up.
Man, oh man.
This is what he's been waiting for.
Wow.
That's pretty
But
unreal.
you knew. And that's, you trust your intuition. When you're with somebody like that and you're like, I feel wrong. And then when they want to walk you to your car, it's okay for you to say no. Go to the bar, order an angel shot, and the bartender will take care of it.
And a lot of time, your intuition is really just something they've done. They've done something a little squirrely. Go, this is a weird thing they just did. I saw it. I felt it.
They're sending you signals that they're going to mess up.
Wow. How about that, huh? #1 song in America right there. Harry Styles still cranking them out as it was. You think one day he's going to be in the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame?
It's too early to say. I like that song, and I really like Golden. He's got a really nice, soft, raw kind of sound, man.
I think he's going to do it because he really just, I mean, all the generations. You can go young to old, and they're like, man, I'm getting into his stuff. And I'm really impressed. He is quietly building up a lot of really amazing songs. When you think about people that are Rock and Roll Hall of Fame worthy, you know, how many amazing hits do they have? And I think, you know, if you go 7 to 10 of just really fantastic songs. I mean, he's, you know, got Watermelon Sugar, Adore You, Sign of the Times is amazing. What Makes You Beautiful, if you're going back to that.
Well, I don't really respect the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame anyway. But if you're talking about the Hall of Fame of the people, I think when you get up to 7 or 8 big massive hits, I think you're doing it.
Yeah,
whether you like that music or not.
I think he's got it all. I think he's going to be in there one day.
He's fascinating. He's really good looking.
Yep.
Guys are intrigued by him. Girls are intrigued by him. Mm-hmm. He's got that je ne sais quoi.
I just like the sound of the songs that I've heard.
Yeah, I would be surprised if in 20 years he's not nominated in the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. They just announced their 2022 class of inductees. I saw Duran Duran won for the fan vote, followed by Eminem. That doesn't mean they were going to get in, but they did.
They should get in. They were massive.
Yep, and they are. Pat Benatar joins the list. So does Eurythmics.
All of them deserve it.
Lionel Richie
deserves it. Why he's not in, and he's only getting in now? It's silly.
Dolly Parton changed her tune, and she's going to be inducted into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame.
Really?
Yeah.
Well, she was like, I haven't done a rock and roll album. What is this about? I don't want to be in it. And then they were like, Dolly, it's okay. You don't have to just do the genre of rock and roll to be in the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. It's like all music. And then she's like, oh, okay.
They got rap, hip hop, all that kind of stuff. So it does kind of encompass a lot.
I love me some Dolly.
She's being sweet. She's like, I don't deserve it.
Underrated movie, 9 to 5 with Dolly Parton. I think it still holds up.
Okay.
We should make Suits watch it.
I agree. That's a classic.
Mm-hmm. You got Carly Simon going into the hall. Judas Priest is going to be there. And then Jimmy Jam and Terry Lewis. Do you guys know who Jimmy Jam and Terry Lewis are?
Give us a taste.
You're not going to know because they didn't really sing too much, but they pretty much wrote all the hits for Janet Jackson.
Ah.
They were doing all that kind of stuff, and they were also involved with Prince. So I think they might be from Minneapolis.
Okay.
And so they were tied in that era. If you look at all the songs that they were involved with, they did the song writing. So
you mentioned Lionel Richie. Let me tell you, solo Lionel Richie, when he's away from the Commodores, we're talking 10 deep on songs that are awesome.
Oh yeah,
Ballerina
no doubt.
Girl. Ballerina Girl.
Yeah.
Come on, dance with me, Virginia.
I will.
Yeah, you can't get away from that. So he also did Jimmy Jam and Terry Lewis. They did, for like Janet Jackson, they did Miss You Much, Love Will Never Do Without You, Rhythm Nation was them, Escapade was them.
Wow.
Yeah. So they did all those, but then they also were writing for New Edition. They did some of their big hits.
Okay, New Edition, another one, 10 deep with hits and songs that are awesome.
Yeah. They were writing for like the OJs and things like that, the SOS band. So, yeah, they are getting in as well. And the Human League, you know that song Human? I'm only human. Yeah,
and don't you want me, baby?
I don't know if they did that one, but they did Human.
They did that? Didn't they?
No, Jimmy Jam and Terry Lewis.
Oh, I got you. I thought you were saying Human League.
No, the Human League did that song, yeah. But Jimmy Jam and Terry Lewis specifically wrote the song.
Damn, why are you trying to mess up Kevin?
Oh, I'm just trying to sing.
So there you go. That's your Rock and Roll Hall of Fame inductees. And I just love when people lead by a good example. You don't know how you can really turn somebody's life around. There's a story out today about an Uber driver that helped a woman who had everything stolen from her at weekend 2 of the Coachella Music Fest.
I saw that. And they kind of just became buddies.
Yeah, they wound up, they just kind of commiserated and they talked a little bit and he was really nice. And she found out that her birthday is the same date when his daughter was diagnosed with cancer 2 years ago.
Oh, wow.
And on top of it, the guy's like, yeah, and then my dad was also battling terminal cancer and he passed this last Friday. And through all that, she's like, oh my gosh. So she really wanted to help him out. So she did that whole GoFundMe thing, trying to raise a little bit of money for his daughter's medical expenses and his father's funeral. And instead of the $1,000 she wanted to get, she got $100,000.
Wow.
Yeah.
That is amazing.
Got the right message. I guess it cuts through, huh?
Yeah.
Crazy.
It was a great story. I loved it.
Yeah. It's pretty good. So it's a nice little thing you can do for somebody. So, all right, Jay Bird is going to wrap it all up here with his thought for the day. What you got today, Bird?
Yes, Kevin. You must welcome change as the rule, but not as your ruler. Oh, very insightful, Bird.
What does that mean?
Exactly. Let it just marinate.
The ruler.
How about this? May the force be with you.
There you go.
The KVJ Show on 97.9 WRMF.